Hi everyone, this is Melissa from Leighe Designs. I am again working on another project for my Scrappy Doo design team project, and I am actually working with the Scrap Factory using the Bear Bodies expansion pack. I am using the Fluffy Bear with no toes. I've cut out the boy graduation gown outfit with the diploma for the accessories. So I made this guy in another video, and so now I'm just going to go ahead and show you the layout that I'm going to be using with him. Okay, so I am using paper from the Paper Studio, Little Boys and Their Toys. I like the paper. I think the colors are really cute in this pack, but the papers are really thin, and I'm used to using thicker papers, but you know, it'll make do. So I am using the blue paper here, measures 12 by 12, and I've inked the edges with my Color Box Chestnut ink. And then I have this 11.5 by 11.5 sheet of paper also inked with the same ink. So I've created some borders. I have this bracket that measures 11.5 inches wide, and I have this notebook paper. You can use like your punches, or I think there's something in the Silhouette Studio for notebook border. So anyways, all these again, everything's inked with the chestnut ink, but they're measuring 11.5 inches wide. So I'm going to go ahead and get that assembled. But before I do, I wanted to curl up the edges. I'm going to use my paintbrush, and I'm just going to go ahead and curl up the edges to my notebook here, just to give it some dimension. Just going to curl it around that paintbrush. Okay. Just want it to kind of be... Okay. Alrighty, so I am going to go ahead and find my glue. Alright. Just going to glue it on the back side. I'm not going to glue it where the paper curls. Okay. I'm going to glue that right down on the edge of that bracket. And again, the Silhouette Studio has bracket backgrounds, and that's actually what I'm using. It's a bracket background that I've just used my knife to cut it within the Studio software. Alrighty. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and glue this down. This actually comes from a sheet of paper. I've used it for another part of the layout. I just went ahead and cut out a little segment of it to create a border. So I'm going to go ahead and get this glued down next. Okay. I'm going to move this paper. I don't want to get glue on it. Okay. Alright, there we go. just need to figure out the placement. When I'm gluing down borders on the page, I like to get the borders glued down first before I do my the background, because they tend, sometimes I don't measure exact and they hang over, so then I can at least trim it down if need be. Okay, let's see. Right now I'm just trying to get an idea for where I need that bottom border to be. I'll come back and oh, it sounds like my neighbor's mowing. Alright, let's see. That looks like that's about right. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. And I gotta, part of my title, I need to make sure I leave room for. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. Alright. That should be good. Okay. Okay, I'm going to glue that right there. Put my tweezers there to mark it. Hard to see with that. Whoops. Okay. All right. So let me get you some dimensions. Let me see. Lost my ruler. All right, we'll have to use this one. Okay, so let me see. These are all 11.5 long. This is about a ½ an inch here. And then this one here is 2 1/4. Let me make sure. Yeah, about 2 1/4 by 11.5. Okay. So now I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to trim off the borders. They are a little bit too long. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ink where I cut that. Alright. Okay. So now that those are down, Okay, so the title I created using a font from my computer. Let me see what it's called. Kristen ITC. I'm sure I downloaded it from the font. So I just, again, I used the sheet of paper and just sized it to go on the lines. So let me go ahead and get this glued down. So I'm just going to center this onto the blue. Okay, that looks about right. Okay. So I've created some photo mats. Let's see, this one is going to accommodate a 4x6, and I always go 1/4 of an inch larger for the mats. So it's going to be 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 for the white notebook paper, and then for the blue it's going to be 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. And then I created another tag. I'm going to put a couple photos, maybe journaling on this. Let me see, I'm not quite sure, slightly smaller than that, but I just did a rectangle in the Silhouette software, did a circle, welded the two together, and then I'm going to glue that behind, or put that behind the photo. And then for these photo mats, they are going to fit a 3x5 or 3x4 photos. I print them up on my printer, so I can do two photos on one 4x6 sheet. So this is going to be what is it, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 for the white, and then the blue is going to be 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Okay, and we're gonna glue those down. Okay, so I am going to use my zip dry. I wish I made this a little bit smaller so that way I could just use my tape and glue the sides here, but I don't really have much room, I don't think, to play with, so I'm trying to think. Zip dry is probably going to be my best bet. So I'm going to glue along the edge. But before I do, I just want to double check, make sure. Okay, I may end up scratching that or making a smaller one. I may have to trim that down some, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. Okay, for the sake of the video, let's see. Ah, my glue dried on me already. All right, there we go. That will do. So I'll trim that down at a later point. Just want to have that for size. Okay. Looks about right. Okay. For this photo mat, I'm not going to glue so close to the edge because it's going to be overlapping this photo mat. Alright, glue this one down. This thin scrapbook paper, it's not as forgiving as the thicker paper that you can get out there. Once you use this ATG tape, it's kind of stuck in place. Okay. So now that those are down, I'm going to start adding everything. Okay, so with the Scrap Factory, I went ahead and used the diploma from the bear. I made an extra one and did it bigger, so that way I can add it to my title. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that up here in the corner. And I've also popped that up on the foam. And then I did a title for this, or a date for the title. I used, again, I used the an extra hat just to give the date a little something extra. And again, this is popped up on foam. I'm going to glue that down to the bottom. Now for the bear, I'm going to go ahead and pop him up on foam. Now his hat is going to need some foam. I may end up having to do a couple pieces of foam for his hat because his head is popped up. Yeah, okay. Just going to add a little piece of foam up in the corners. Okay. Okay, so I got him all popped up. I'm going to go ahead and glue him down, but I'm not going to put glue on his hat because I want to be able to slide my photo in there later. Just want to make sure there's no glue under there. Okay, looks like everything is glued down. All right, so that looks like that's about it. So I will take pictures at the end and post them to my Facebook page. So make sure you stop by. Thanks.